Kyoma knocks him out.
God, I can actually see that happening, right?
I think Kyoma's the best Japanese fighter in the organization right now. Joe Hiramoto and Jolly.
Oh my God, I knew you'd be interested in this one the most. It's
This is the best fight on the card,
dude.
Hands down. This is the one that people want to see. The rest of the card, whatever. I'm more excited about Jolly Hiramoto than I am Pachi. To be honest, to be totally honest, I'm more excited about Jolly and Hiramoto than I am about Sabatello and Hashimura.
Says he smokes when he cuts weight. It's pretty crazy. Like,
if you're smoking cigarettes, cutting weight, you make a YouTube video of it because I want to watch it. All right, I've watched enough of these Japanese YouTube videos of these guys crying, cutting weight. I want to watch a video of a Japanese guy smoking cigarettes, cutting weight. I'm sick of crying. Okay.
Dude, did you see Pachi Mix? He made an announcement on X through like a Kaktogi account. You know, like a faceless account where they just post information of this person said this or like this fight is announced. You know, there's a lot of those X accounts. So Pachi went through one of those and announced that he was looking for sponsors for his upcoming fight against Sato Shoko. And the price of the sponsor to become a sponsor was not very high. Did you see that news?
No. I actually deleted my X account like a month ago.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm off X completely.
Okay, that's crazy.
I'm good on X. But anyways, tell me. I love to hear it. But
yeah, so like, God, I wish I remembered what the actual price was. But even for me, I was pretty surprised that like anyone could become a sponsor of Pachi Mix.
Here's the reality. I don't know what the price was, but this is the big thing that I think RIZIN's missing. Like very, 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 very missing. Mm-hmm. Fighters in America that are at a very high level or a good level to then build or develop or whatever don't really get paid that much money. Overall, significantly less than some of the guys that have popularity in RIZIN, even if they aren't good fighters or
right.
Fighters. I don't know what Pachi gets paid. I don't know what his sponsorship thing was. I have no idea. I remember what Vince got paid for sponsorship and what Vince got paid by RIZIN to fight, for example. So I'm guessing it's probably close to that. But overall, like these guys in America, it's really hard to make a living and a career out of fighting. They don't make, even the guys in the low level of the UFC really don't make a lot of money. I'm not surprised that the sponsors were low. Like the sponsors in America are low. Like I think guys would be lucky to get, $1,000 to put a logo on their pants. Like that's kind of rare.
Okay, so 1,000 is due right now. Yen is in the like the gutter.
160,
right? Yeah, 160,000. Yeah. So it was a little bit less than that to become, I think, a pants sponsor. And banner was like 80,000 yen. I think I could be wrong, but it was around that ballpark. The whole thing was like you can ask for sponsorships on X, but you probably didn't have to announce the price.
Right. I mean, that's definitely the smarter thing. I mean, of course. I mean, I didn't see the post, so I have no idea. But yeah, it's kind of obviously you should not announce the price. But I just think that style of making money for fighters is not a thing anymore in America for the most part. After the UFC got rid of that back in the UFC days when Reebok came. The other thing too to consider is why it might be very foreign to Americans or Western fighters to do this is because in the US, if you're not winning, your character doesn't matter that much. Like your outcome matters far more than your character. And so you could have good characters, but they lose. And so the love for them kind of falls off. Whereas in Japan, it seems like you could lose a bunch of times, but you have this great character and fan base. And so you maintain this like these relationships with the sponsors and the support of the sponsors, and you can still make money even if you are a losing fighter, for example.
It's very true. Yeah.
I think that's just the difference in the sport from the different countries.
Yeah. I mean, difference. And if you're, as far as like being a fighter, it's way better in Japan. Like
100%.
Okay, so sponsorships is not such a thing in the States. Yeah, that's pretty tough for fighters because, let's say, the Japanese MMA community or like the world around Japan, if sponsorships wasn't like a big source of income, then most of these fighters, they can't fight for a living is kind of the reality of it, right?
I used to coach guys that were in the UFC that still maintained their second job because they made more money in their second job.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they were like very entry level. And I think the guys that you do see in the UFC, for example, getting big sponsorship deals, they're guys that have like proven themselves, that are like on the come up. There's a good trajectory for their future. Paddy Pimblett's a great example. He lost to Gaethje, but like he's got so much aura and momentum that like that's a very safe person to sponsor because the UFC is not going to get rid of him. But like for a guy that you just don't know what the UFC is going to do, I mean, some guys are in the UFC for one fight and they're done.
Yeah.
So fighters aren't necessarily a great investment until they've proven themselves as like a staple in the organization. For example, Cody, Cody just lost his fight, and he's had a bit of a bumpy ride lately, but he's still such a loved athlete and such an exciting athlete that he still gets great sponsorships.
Yeah.
Now we have young guys that are like really tough and coming up that are in the UFC that don't have really any sponsorship yet. Like maybe it's just gear or like a little bit of money. You know, it's not a lot.
Yeah, in that sense, Japan is great because I think a lot of fighters, they just get respect for being a kakutoka, you know, like a fighter. It's kind of like a respected thing in a way. Yeah, it's not definitely not looked down upon as like you're just a sturdy fighter. You know, that's like no good for the world.
Well, I think it would be interesting. I'd love to see like, I have no idea, but like Sabatello is doing really, really well in RIZIN. Who are his Japanese sponsors? And I'd be interested to see how much he's making off that. Or even like Chef, like who are his sponsors? What's he making off it? Because I don't know. Are those guys equivalent to an equal level Japanese guy? Like I bet you Smoker makes more than both of them.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I mean, you've been in Japan for some time because there's like this idol culture, if you understand what I'm saying, like oshikatsu is what they call it. Yeah, so it's kind of like sponsorships for fighters is kind of like a oshikatsu in a way.
It was an interesting like dynamic from working with and managing guys in the US and how the relationship was with the sponsors here versus like the whole wining and dining and drinking and hanging out together that was like in Japan. It was just very different, you know.
Yeah. But what was it? Tuporia, he got what was it? Richard Mill, was it? Sponsorship? Like that's pretty crazy, no, for like a MMA fighter.
Yeah, but you're also wondering like how does it work? It might not be directly. I don't know his deal. I have no idea. So maybe it's directly with the company. He's from a small country. Like he's from Spain. He's the big name out of Spain. So that like those types of things can have more momentum. Like it could be a boutique thing. Like when one of the guys I worked with he got a Jacob & Co. sponsorship. And so he got paid money and he had to wear a certain watch at the press conference. And like, he didn't get to keep the watch, I don't think. Maybe he did.
Okay.
But like, there's different agreements. So I don't know, like, it's hard to say what that means. Is he sponsored by Richard Milley globally and he's like one of their ambassadors? Or is it just like a boutique shop that has licensing for them and they're having him wear it?
Right.
You know, I don't know. He's a big enough of a name though. Maybe that could be like a Richard Milley, but like I haven't seen much of that in the States.
He lost at the White House against Gagey, which was so crazy.
It's the most American thing that could have happened.
It's true. It's so true.
Like, come on, like how good. The whole card, that was the best card in MMA history, any organization by far. It was amazing. And then Gaethje put him out, which is amazing.
One of the biggest upsets, I bet.
Yeah, ever. Huge. I think he was like a plus 700 underdog, maybe.
That's insane.
So if you put $100 on him, you win 700, I think.
Yeah. I think, didn't like Connor bet on him or something? Wait, was it Connor? Some UFC fighter did. God, I don't remember who.
Oh, Arman.
Oh, yeah, that's why it was Arman.
He made like $1 million, I think. Something crazy.
That's so insane. It's more interesting for, at least as far as the division goes, that Gagey won. And I don't know who's going to challenge for his belt, but like Tuporia and Pimbley is probably the one that's going to try to put together right after this.
That'd be fun.
That's
great, I mean, there's
right?
so many fun. The UFC is so good right now. Like I feel like every weekend is just amazing fights. I've almost forgotten about the Max Holloway versus Gaethje UFC 300 because there's been so many good fights since then. You know, like when he knocked him out in the last 10 seconds. Like,
yeah.
You almost forget about that because since then we've had so many amazing fights.
It's true. I mean, you definitely forget about it because of the way Gaethje was able to come back from it and beat Tuporia and get the belt.
Well, and he beat Patty too.
Oh yeah, that's right. He beat Patty. That's pretty crazy. God.
Yeah, he beat Patty in like a crazy 5-rounder.
I always liked Gaethje ever since he made his way into the UFC, but I never thought he would actually like. You know, I mean, he became the interim champ, and then he lost to Habib. Then he has like at least wins and losses, and then he comes back and beats Tuporia. It's pretty crazy.
Pretty hard to like make it through any ranking when you have the end of Khabib's career and the start of Islam's career, like back to back at those weight classes. You know?
Yeah.
And then you had like OG Dustin Poirier, which was just a murderer. You had like so many just tough. Dan Hooker at the time was killing people. Like you just had so many tough guys during that reign. You know,
speaking of Poirier, like you've seen the thing, right? Where I really like Poirier. I always like
Yeah.
Poirier. He's got a dope fight style, so it's kind of like, oh no Poirier.
Yeah, but I think you see it happen. I mean, I'm sure, I don't know about Japan, but like you get these big mega stars, they make so much money, they have so much success, and all their focus has been on fighting.
Yeah.
And then they stop fighting and they have no focus and they're partying. They just don't have a goal, you know, and some of them don't. And I think that's just kind of what happened. I think we saw it happen to Conor. It's a sad reality, you know, and that's for all professional sports. You know, we see it a lot in like the US with basketball and football and, you know, these big stars, they retire and then, you know, some of them end up being extremely successful and others kind of crash and burn.
Kashimura, he had some moments, but like it wasn't enough. And then the stand-up battle was just, I mean, I think that the second round, I literally think Sabatella threw like at least 70 strikes and he probably landed like 2 or 3. It was just not working.
I think what was good was like Sabatella was, I think he could have wrestled and grappled all day, to be honest with you. I think he really, like, I'm actually impressed. I was kind of a hater at first, but I'm actually impressed by him. I think he stood up. He wanted to get the knockout. That's what Sakakibara wanted. And like, I actually think he's cool. You know, what he's doing is really cool.
All right, you're coming around.
The whole Italian gangster thing, like, it's just not my cup of tea, and I don't think the UFC like was really too interested in the whole thing. But I understand it's also a different, like, again, it's a different style of fighting, it's a different lifestyle, and so I think what he's doing is really cool and giving more interest to the US, you know, about going to Japan.
Yeah, so basically he's the champ, and then I guess the winner of Pachi Sato is gonna be able to get the shot, I would imagine, especially if Pachi wins.
For sure, for sure.
How do you see that fight, by the way, Pachi and Sato?
To be honest, I have no idea. I mean, I hope Pachi wins. Like, I like Pachi, so I hope he gets it done, but I haven't been too interested in following that matchup too much. I do know, like, Sato's good. I've seen him win and I've seen him lose from just my time in Japan. And I guess the real question is like, when do we get the vintage Pachi back?
Yeah, or do we ever, right?
Or do we ever? I think that Pachi that was 20-1 was one of the best in the world. Like, crazy, scary matchup for anybody. So hopefully we just get that Pachi back. And you know, as long as he can recapture that, I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, I like Sato's style as well, but you know, after talking to Pachi, he's kind of like, he's kind of reminds me of like the Diaz, like his attitude towards fighting. He's kind of like this, grew up in the streets, kind of like fighter kind of type of guy. But then he's like mainly a grappler in a way, kind of like reminds me of those brothers. But yeah, anyways, I hope Pachi takes it. I like him. Also, just thinking about the future, if anyone's gonna fight Sabatella, I want it to be Pachi, not Sato. I don't want to see a rematch that much.
Well, I just think they need somebody because I think right now the RIZIN brand, like even you see the crossover with PFL, I don't think that's a good thing. Like, it's a great fight. I'm excited for the fight for sure. But like, I don't know if it's really a good thing for the brand. And what it tells me is like Mikuru, Ren, and mainly just Mikuru are the only real big draws of RIZIN. So we're desperate to find anything to be entertaining. That's what it seems like to me. There's great fights, and as me as a fan of the sport, and I know I have friends in Japan, I love to watch the RIZIN events. So I personally enjoy it. But RIZIN needs somebody homegrown to step up and start winning. Like, they need either a big Japanese guy to come in and beat these foreigners, or they need to sign in my opinion, sign younger foreigners to a multi-fight contract and develop them and develop their character.
Building up foreigners, I guess any Kaigai fighter, so like a non-Japanese fighter that's kind of getting the most publicity is obviously the champion, you know, Chef, just because of his performances.
But it's also like, why ruin these fighters? Like, why put Ota against the Tiramov or whoever that was?
Oh, bro, yeah, that guy was good.
But for what? Like, you just want to ruin Ota's record? Like, he's a good fighter.
Well, the Japanese like promoters, like, they don't mind if these stars lose is the thing. But like we talked about, like, after they lose, the fans are still supportive of them. They want to see them come back. Makes it all dramatic and stuff like that. So they actually don't mind their stars losing. They don't really care, actually, if they can make something out of that.
Yeah, yes.
It's just it's a weird, like, even the K1 days, they used to do that. Like K1, this kickboxing, it was really big in the back in the day. And I talked to the producer, and he's like, yeah, we match them, and we don't really mind our stars losing to these foreigner fighters because we can make something out of that anyways.
Okay.
Also, like, he didn't really say this, no one really says this, but then they could like keep them in their organization. They don't have room to go somewhere else. That's
for sure. Like, where are these guys gonna? Where's like Hiramoto's like 4-3? Like, he says he wants to go to the UFC. It's like, well, maybe, but do you know how much work that is?
Oh God, Billy, don't be a hater. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I'm not a hater.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I think he's good enough to fight the UFC.
美味しいですね。
美味しいですよね。
おお、うまい。美味しいですね。すごいいい匂いでしょ。
美味しいですね。ありがとうございます。
味がいいですね。
Flavor so good. And this man, oh,
美味しい。めっちゃいいですね。
グレープです。いいですね。
ライチっぽくて美味しいです。
超美味しい。お菓子みたい。
毎日自分らしいフレーバーを概要欄からMyMoodsをゲットしてください。
I think he's good enough to fight the UFC. I'm just saying the reality of his record is like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, he's got to beat some big guys in the rankings.
I think he could, for example. This isn't hate on anybody.
Yeah.
No hate, no hate. I'm just saying the number record, that's going to be hard to do.
Yeah.
Again, that's why the outlier, Kai was the outlier. Kai was like 21-4 when he signed to the UFC. Like, that's crazy. To come out of Japan and have that kind of record is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Name another fighter that's like that.
Japanese fighter?
In RIZIN.
Oh, in RIZIN.
I'd love to hear.
God, yeah. I don't know who's got. He could have got a good record. Yeah.
What is he? 19-6, maybe something like that. This is pretty good.
Who does? Kyoma, I guess.
Well, Kyoma, yeah, of course. Kyoma's
I think Takagi has a pretty good record too, right? Let's talk about that RIZIN card in a bit.
Let's do it. We could talk forever. So you name the topics and we'll get going.
Yeah, since we were talking about Pachi, RIZIN.54, we got Kleber versus Kyoma in the main event. It's a great card. Great card.
Kyoma knocks him out.
God, I can actually see that happening, right?
I don't see the wrestling. Like, Kyoma's got pretty decent wrestling defense. Like, watching Kleber, like, he's got to pressure him up to the cage and trip him because he really doesn't have great wrestling in the open.
Yeah, that's kind of always has been his game. Like, he kind of just kicks them, gets close to them, grabs them, pulls them down. He's on bottom, and he kind of makes something happen or sweeps them or whatever. Kyoma's distance control is going to be a problem for him, I believe. And then, like, Kyoma's got great timing. I think he can time his kicks. I think he'll land a punch. And I don't know how long these two are when they, like, face off against each other.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But the other thing, too, about Kleber, like, I like Kleber a lot. I like his, he's a legend in the sport, in my opinion. But I just don't, like, he's a little bit older. It's hard for me to see him winning. It's hard for me to see any plan to win, to be honest with you.
The most likely way, if Kleber was to win, was he submits him, right? Like, he's probably not going to win 3 rounds.
Take him down?
That's the problem.
The thing is, he could do it. He submitted Archuleta, right? That was a crazy one, and I didn't expect that. So, like, Kleber has great jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
How does he get Kyoma there? I don't know. Maybe he does. I don't know how good Kyoma's jiu-jitsu has gotten. And I've never trained with Kleber, so I have no idea.
All right.
But, for example, like, I think Kyoma's probably equal to Mikuru in that skill set, and Mikuru did just fine. So we'll see. You know, one thing that Kleber can take a lot of damage. So maybe he can catch him in the 3rd round.
Ah, God, he's gonna have to eat some punches and, you know, first of all, just get close enough to kill him, which is a problem, right? It's pretty hard.
I think Pachi is tougher than Kleber.
Okay.
Even Pachi now. I think Pachi now, when he fought Kyoma, is better than Kleber. Right. I do believe that.
Right.
And we saw how Kyoma was able to manage that.
I think Kleber's gonna put up a better fight though. It's kind of guesswork, but I can imagine Kleber doing a little bit better than Pachi. Kleber did have a good fight against Karamov in his last outcoming, I think. When was that? I don't remember the day of the fight was, but it was good. He did very well.
Oh yeah, you're right. He did have a good fight against Karamov. That's right. Right.
I mean, he kind of weathered the storm. I think Karamov won the first, and then Kleber kind of just took back 2-3.
Yeah. And Karamov's tough, man. Karamov's really good.
Yeah. I guess he would have to, like, kind of recreate that somehow. But then against Kyoma, it's a little bit of a different story.
I think Kyoma's the best Japanese fighter in the organization right now. I think he gets it done.
Okay, so yeah, Kyoma, KO. I got the same. Do you see it happening pretty early?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Kyoma by KO, TKO, 2nd or 3rd round maybe.
If he wins this, then, you know, he's probably in line for the title shot next, right? I can't see anything else making sense.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess there's some exciting fights that they could still make, but yeah, I think what makes the most sense is, like, you know, maybe if Chihiro Suzuki wins, like, Chihiro and Kyoma's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's fun. I think he pulled out of this the Cho Super RIZIN card with an injury.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Because he was supposed to fight what's his name?
Saito.
Yeah, the ramen man.
Yeah,
Saito.
the Yaman's fighting Saito now.
I know it. All the switch up happened, right? Takagi was supposed to fight Yaman, and then Takagi got back to Japan, and he's like, "Oh, I'm fighting Karamov now." I was like, oh, "How did?"
God,
I was like, "Didn't you sign a contract?" Like, what?
That's like a massive step up in competition, man.
Yeah, it's a big test for Takagi. It'll be fun though. I'm excited for him to fight. You know, I'm more excited. I think the Yeah Man fight was really exciting, but this one's even more exciting.
I mean, this would again put him like looked upon as one of the title contenders if he can beat
The
Karamov.
thing about Takagi is RIZIN has not done any fucking favors for Takagi. He
so
knocked
true.
out Nishi. That was like the favor he got was to fight Nishi. But other than that, he hasn't gotten any favors. He's fought tough opponents every fucking fight. So I mean, I love it. I love Takagi's spirit, and I hope he goes out and wins this fight. I think it makes him even more of a star.
For sure, for sure. If you can get through this, then who else is kind of left for him before he challenges for a belt? It's kind of like what it would come to, I would imagine.
There could be a bunch of cool ones. I think like Takagi Mikuru could be a cool one. Takagi Chihiro could be a cool one.
Yeah.
Takagi Choma rematch could be a cool one.
That's great.
That fight
That's great.
Was really close, actually, so I think that's a good one. I don't know. I think there's a bunch of good fights out there for him.
It should Kyoma Takagi rematch if they both come through. It's great.
It was a close fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a really, really entertaining fight. I remember at the end of that, I wasn't in the corner, so I was just watching from the side, and I was like, well, this is close.
That was a good fight.
Yeah, it was very good. Very good.
Worthy of a rematch. Okay, but yeah, okay, so Kyoma wins. Pachi and Sato, we don't really know. Who knows? It's really hard to read this fight too, though. No one can really make like an accurate guess on this. But yeah, I hope Pachi comes back. Vintage Pachi comes back, does his thing. Joji Goto versus Terimov, the guy who knocked out, what was the guy's name? Fukuda, with that uppercut or hook, was it?
I don't know. Coin toss again.
Yeah.
I'd probably say, just off of the way things have been going, I would say Terimov is going to win. And then he'll probably go fight Dana White Contender Series or something. Who knows?
Oh, no. This guy should stay in RIZIN. I like him.
Probably. But yeah, I think Terimov probably wins. I like Joji. I think he's good, but I think he's too similar to Fukuda. It's a similar matchup in my opinion. So I'm trying to pull up some of these fights just to be able to look at the card.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's a good one. Pachi's a good one. Joe Hiramoto and Jolly.
Oh my god, I knew you'd be interested in this one the most. It's
For sure. This is the best fight on the card.
Dude.
Hands down. This is the one that people want to see. The rest of the card, whatever. This is the people's main event right now.
It's so interesting how you love these fights.
Because they're just entertaining. The other ones are like, they're just, the UFC, I don't know.
No, I understand the way you look at it.
This is why I deleted my X account. Because I just didn't think it was cool anymore. I was like, I like it. I love JMMA. I love, global MMA, but I was like, it's just kind of lame. I'm deleting this shit.
So basically, you like the entertainment kind of matches where, like, basically, if the RIZIN hard fans say this fight sucks and why is this on RIZIN, Billy's gonna like it.
It's like I'm a purist. So
Yeah.
it's like I really struggle when you have like the very elite weight classes and it's not pure. It's like it's not pure. It's half entertainment. Like, where's the buildup? Where's the progression?
Right.
So that's what fucking pisses me off.
Right.
Like, for example, we go back to the Takagi example. Takagi should be fighting Karamov. This is the pure fight of what Takagi is ready for this challenge. But before fighting Yeah Man is like, that's a very exciting, fun fight.
Right.
So it's this battle of like, since there aren't rankings, since there isn't a pure match to match going forward, that's what kind of changes it for me sometimes. So then I actually find more excitement in a Jolly fight than I do in a Patchy Mix fight. I'm more excited about Jolly Hiramoto than I am Patchy Mix. To be honest. To be totally honest.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about Jolly and Hiramoto than I am about Sabatello and Hashimura. I'm not, because there's not a proven cycle. Like, yes, they're both good, but Sabatello should obviously win. Where's the purity in that?
Right.
That's where it kind of like throws off.
Yeah, no, it makes sense, especially that fight, 'cause it was basically like no one's left to fight Sabatello. Let's throw this guy up in there against him. It's kind of like what it looked like.
Then develop more guys.
Yeah.
Because like, look at even AJ McKee and Chef. It's like, who fucking cares? Like, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. But for the brands, who cares? Now, this is what they're saying. Hey, we're RIZIN, and we have all of our champions, but none of them are really world champions, even though we call them world champions. And we're PFL, and we have all of our champions, but none of them are really world champions, even though we call them world champions, because the real world champion is when RIZIN fights PFL.
Right.
What?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
And then you just have the UFC like, have fun, kids. We're going to keep doing our thing and getting better. I think like that's where it's just like, what are we talking about now? Like they are fun super fights, but I feel like we're watching an MVP Netflix card.
Yeah, no, it's true. It makes sense.
Like maybe that's it, but all right. Why don't you just make them all free agents then?
That's true. That's what it is, right?
It's not like we're developing guys. It's not like we have a ranking system. It's not like, what does our world title even mean? Manel Kate won the world title and just disappeared to the UFC. So what the fuck does it mean?
No, I get what you're saying.
Sorry. Not just that.
It makes sense from like if you look at it from like a sports aspect.
So it's just, that's why like for me, I get excited about some of these like
pure entertainment, basically. You might as well go pure entertainment like this.
Yeah. Let's just get a knockout or have some sick drama. Like if Jolly wins and he keeps going and he's like a breaking down fighter, like that's pretty cool, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's kind of entertaining.
Yeah. I think Joe's going to win though. I got Joe in this.
I have no idea. I would think Joe would win.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So. I have no idea, but I'm excited to watch it.
Right. I guess that's just the best way to look at it.
I mean, what's going to happen? Joe's going to try to knock him out. He's probably going to sprawl too heavy. Jolly's going to shoot a bunch of takedowns on him. He's going to try to go for the heel hook. He's going to body lock and drop to a heel hook, a knee bar, something like this. If Joe can manage the wrestling and the distance, he should knock him out, I would think.
Yeah.
But he might be afraid of the takedown and sprawl too heavy and get taken down. You know, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Who knows? Who knows? But it's going to deliver its entertainment, I guess.
Yeah,
so you like this one. What about the other breaking down guy, Hosokawa against Naoki?
I don't know who Naoki is, and I don't know how good Hosokawa is. I remember watching him fight Patrick Sho Osami, and he fought a tough fight. He showed that he belongs to be fighting at that level. And he was always a nice kid when I met him. So I have no idea who's going to win. I'm not as excited as for this fight, but if Hosokawa can win and then kind of get a name maybe that I know, it'd be more entertaining.
Right. If you don't know the opponent, then I guess it's just going to be like that, right? Yeah.
Is he tough?
He used to be a kickboxer. He was a good kickboxer, and then he turned to MMA. And who did he beat just recently in RIZIN? I don't know. He had a couple fights in Deep. He did well. Yeah, he's actually, as an MMA fighter, doing pretty well for himself. So, I mean, I think Naoki's probably going to win. Yeah, they're calling Lee Kaiwen back again, huh? I don't know who his opponent is, but yeah, they're calling him back.
Oh, his opponent is, isn't his opponent the Deep champ, former Deep champ? He's pretty tough, I think.
He beat Ushku. I think he became the interim champ for Deep.
Yeah, I think I'm excited for this fight because when I saw him fight in Deep, I was like, okay, this kid's pretty good. I wonder who will see him fight coming up. So, yeah, that's a good one. And I think Kaiwen Lee is a good test, right? That's a guy that the UFC wanted and put him in the road to UFC twice. And they tried to build. So it's just kind of a good benchmark to see where some of these guys are at. You know, like how does a Deep champion compare to this? I think Mizuno's going to win.
All right, that'll be cool.
But I think Takada and Majima is a great fight.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's on this card, too. I like this one.
Takeda like really impressed me. I think in his last fight or whoever he fought someone tough.
He fought
really
the guy who fought Chef and got knocked out. What was his name again? The kickback. He fought
yeah, I know the Russian kid.
Yeah, I keep on forgetting his name. He calf kicks and he like hurt Takagi pretty bad with those.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that so I think he's going to be a fun fight. I think that's a good one.
I hope Takeda pulls it off. I think he should be able to beat Majima.
Yeah, I would say so. I think, I mean, he seems to have like great stamina and just can push forward. So I think he's a good matchup for anybody. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm also excited for the fight card after that, you know?
I just had Takeda on recently. I think I told you, but like this guy smokes like a shit ton every day.
Oh, yeah. He likes to smoke cigarettes, right?
Yeah, he says he smokes like 2 packs a day, like on an average.
Really?
Yeah, 2 packs a day. And like if he's just probably like just sitting on his, like sitting back home doing nothing, he goes like 3 packs. That's crazy.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's insane, right?
Because I don't smoke at all. I don't smoke anything.
Yeah.
So like if I walk through a casino, I feel like it affects my breathing sometimes. You know?
Yeah. Alcohol is pretty nasty, but like smoking is, I think it's impossible to stop once you actually like, especially if you start smoking young, it's very difficult to stop.
Yeah, well, nicotine for sure. I think like, because I never smoked, but like I used to chew tobacco. I used to like the tobacco in your mouth. I quit doing that maybe when I was like 22. I probably started when I was 10 and did it till I was like early 20s. And then I stopped. And then even now, like if my friends have like a vape, for example, and I smell the nicotine, like I'll start salivating. Like I want nicotine.
Oh, geez. You know? Okay.
I think nicotine is very, very addictive.
Nicotine, yeah, for sure. For sure. You said you used to chew those like nicotine gum things, right?
Yeah, I chew nicotine gum, and now I actually do a little bit of like the ZYN pouches. So like I think in Japan they have Velo. The brand is Velo.
Okay.
It's like a white little like pouch, and you put it in your lip, and you just kind of let it sit there. I think they have that there, but I do those. I do those. In the
Right,
States.
right. I remember there was like a push for like smokers to like help stop smoking. They would have these nicotine patches or like these nicotine gums. Even in Japan, I remember there was like a trend for that. But like that's not gonna do shit. If you like smoking, you like smoking. It's not. I mean, I'm sure the nicotine is part of it.
It's the action of smoking that's even actually more addictive, or just as addictive as the chemical.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, listen, I think there's something so cool, like when you see like a cowboy smoking a cigarette, like that's cool. Or like when Carlos Prates smokes a cigarette, you're like, dude, I want to smoke a cigarette, you know?
It's
Like,
true.
to me, it looks cool.
It's sure. No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
I mean, I probably don't look as cool smoking a cigarette, but in my mind, I do. You know, I'm like, oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, Billy, what are you doing?
Yeah, right. You're destroying your brand. Don't do it.
Yeah, but like the Takeda, after talking to him, you know, you just kind of end up rooting for him. So like, I hope he pulls it off. And like the fact that he smokes that much and he's got like stamina for days is pretty dope. He says he smokes when he cuts weight. It's pretty crazy. Like you know, he gets in his tub. Yeah, you would imagine because you got this nasty dry mouth and you're gonna smoke.
No, well, listen. If you're smoking cigarettes, cutting weight, what's his name again? Takeda. You make a fucking YouTube video of it because I want to watch it. All right, I've watched enough of these fucking Japanese YouTube videos of these guys crying, cutting weight. I want to watch a video of a Japanese guy smoking cigarettes, cutting weight. I'm sick of the fucking crying. Okay.
That's so true. That'd be dope. That'd be cool.
He's just like, you got like these guys crying. They're like, oh, it's so hard. And then he's just like, dude, get me another cigarette, bro.
That's true. His manager should do that. That's a great dope video. Yeah, okay. So yeah, Takeda probably pulls it off, but who knows where he's going up here. So that's pretty interesting for like the whole division itself. If Takeda, Kyoma, Takagi all come up from these, like,
dude, the featherweight division in RIZIN is sick. It's great.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
It's really good. It's really good. I mean, the UFC is obviously the premier, but like RIZIN's the next best product. You know, it's for sure. I think RIZIN's better than PFL. Like, I don't even think it's a comparison, to be honest with you. Like, yeah, the talent in PFL is really good, but as far as an entertainment and overall product, RIZIN's better, in my opinion.
RIZIN's got some dope fights. The heavyweights, I mean, there's some heavyweight fights in this, but like...
See, this is where I think in the heavyweight division, this is where you can really overload the foreign talent. Have a ton of foreigners as the heavyweight. Let's just have some freaks out there that are going to kill each other.
Yeah, we need to get like freak guys in there because we did. Did you watch a heavyweight tournament? It was horrible.
Oh, it was fucking terrible. But they didn't get freaks. They got a guy like, I like one of the guys that I think the guy that won it. I can't remember his name, but he trained at Syndicate. But like he lost like a close decision on Dana White Contender Series.
Okay.
Where was the thought behind that? Like, get just some big dudes that are probably on steroids that are just going to kill each other.
Yeah.
Like, just like Pride, all the guys were on steroids. So, why don't we just do that again?
I mean, we got this guy called, do you know Edible King?
Yeah.
This massive black dude. I mean, he's the closest thing that's kind of like, you know, it's just the sheer size of him. It makes it a little bit interesting.
Yeah, but imagine he fights the guy with the beard. The guy with the beard's going to beat him.
Yeah, so like get the guy with the beard out of here.
But you see what I'm saying? So you got to get kind of freak guys that like maybe aren't the most talented, but are like fun.
Exactly.
Edo King's young and he's really tall. He's not going to beat a wrestler. Someone's just going to take him down and control him. You got to kind of protect him a little bit. But the other ones, like we've seen the same 5 heavyweights fight 1,000 times. I feel like
it's true. Sudario. Oh no, Rio. I don't know about Rio. No, he fought once. I think Edible finished him.
Yeah, Edo knocked him. I remember I was at the fight. It was in Kagawa. I ate some great udon that night. I remember.
Oh, so you could do the udon that with the noodles. Udon's okay.
Listen, Kagawa had some special udon.
Okay.
I remember I saw this beautiful picture of Sakakibara. He was like this with a bowl of udon, and I looked at the restaurant he was at, and I went and ate there. And it was really good.
Anyway, so like, and that's about it for that RIZIN event. Yeah. The Super RIZIN.